Hello everybody. Welcome back to Mindustry. Yesterday we got thorium up and running by going up to an unnamed sector north of the forest. I believe it's sector 85. Don't quote me on that though. Since yesterday, I did grab a couple new schematics from both the workshop and from Reddit and from a website that I found. I just googled Mindustry schematics and it was the top search result. One of the rough things about gathering schematics, basically, from either the workshop or the subreddit or whatever, is that some schematics don't work in the current version, and they are anything past 1 year I consider outdated and not functional, basically, because balance changes, machines, sometimes produce more for more power, balance gets kind of shifted around, right? Anything past 1 year I consider out of date. And so I did kind of vet a couple of these designs. I think I brought in this thing. I think this is some kind of mining drone logic processor. I think that we can take a look at some point. I brought in a router, for obvious reasons. And then I found these two starter sets. I found these two sets of schematics basically off of the subreddit, and it was tagged about a year ago, so I assume that these are current. One of the things I am not a fan of is that the poster does not separate the schematics. He basically had them all in one set. So I will need to build these and then test them out and see if I want to use them, and then I have to save the schematics manually. That's going to be a whole thing. I'll figure that out later. I was going through the mod workshop. I didn't want to add any content mods for obvious reasons where I am in the middle of a playthrough, but I did add this time control mod. Apparently this allows you to basically adjust allows it to just speed up or slow down the game. It says that it's not intended for multiplayer use. I don't play multiplayer, so it doesn't matter. But cool. Just want to let you know. So yesterday we did go from the frozen forest up into the titanium mining facility. Oh wow, that slider is bigger than I thought. I don't know how I feel about that. We did this zone, which is just a decent source of titanium. I think we also got bamboozled out of one of the other sectors not being great. I think sector 165 is we discovered did not have thorium in it for some reason. But we did get thorium in this sector, which I think is sector 85, I believe. I believe it's sector 85. And so we do have a lot of thorium going, basically. I think I researched almost everything. I've researched most things. Yeah, it looks like it's everything that I notice. I think I'm missing one of these. I think I'm missing one of the units for silicon, obviously. But, yeah, cool. So we did get thorium up and running yesterday, which is very, very nice. How does this time scale work? Holy shit. Alright, let's not do that. That was scary. So you can slow it down. Don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But you can speed it up to, how about times 8? Wow, look at that. Look at all of our resources coming up. This feels cheaty. Oh well. Cool. I don't know how much I'm going to use that. I might disable that. I don't know how I feel about time dilation. But cool. So we have thorium going. I think what I want to focus on is two-pronged. One, I want to get plastanium going, which I believe you get from the ocean. What is it? The Tidewater Isles. I believe plastanium is here. Windswept Isles. I believe plastanium is here. I believe this is it. So I want to do Windswept Islands to get plastanium unlocked, because I want to start playing with the payload belts, which is going to be kind of nice. The other thing I want to do is focus on getting to the extraction post, because I want to unlock launch pads. I never did that on my first playthrough when I was playing on my own. So I do want to get to the extraction post. So I mean, we kind of have two goals basically in mind. I don't see. I think this is the Windswept Islands. I guess we just need to kind of force our way through Ruinous Shores and Stained Mountains, I guess. So I guess we'll do Ruinous Shores first. Oh, it's this map. I remember this map. So this map actually has 2 drop zones. two enemy horde drop zones, basically. So they're coming from here and here, basically. So I believe I built a wall down to here, and then I built a wall up to here, and this was kind of my choke point, basically. I don't think any enemy lasted that long, but yeah, I remember this map. This map was the corridors are pretty tight, and I remember it being kind of a pain in the ass, but it wasn't hard by any stretch. It was just more like unwieldy to kind of get stuff around, because if you look, like the hallway throughputs are just like so tight and stuff. So yeah, I remember this. I remember this map. This should be relatively easy. I'm not too concerned about it. Doesn't mean that it's not annoying though. That might not be the case once I have another line of sand coming in though. I guess we'll have to see. Drag this all the way down. And then we can get our second sand stack going. As soon as these fucking derelict structures are gone. Still not gone. I would love an item that costs like 5,000 5,000 pyrrhotite that I could just place in a map and it will instantly destroy all rocks and all derelict structures. I would 100% set up pyrrhotite on every single map just to get that running. That's how little I like taking care of these derelict structures. We got that stuff coming in. I'm low on copper, as per usual. It's fine. I don't like how they're able to, like, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like how they're able to fire over walls. I feel like if you're a ground unit, you shouldn't be able to fire through walls. If you can't walk through it, it should be solid for your bullets as well. You know what I mean? Because that has to imply that they have bullets that are arcing, like, over obstacles and stuff, which is stupid. That's not how guns work. Yeah, not my thing. I don't know. I don't know. That feels like a very slippery slope. And that should be it. At this point, I can just kind of slam waves now that we have all of our defenses up, basically. I don't remember what the Guardian was here. I actually want to look at the bottom, the last wave down here in the bottom. The Guardian. What are the Guardians? What is that, a fortress? Jesus. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sick, dude. I've definitely seen less clean sectors. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on. I want to kind of get to the Windswept Islands as soon as possible, because that's kind of my goal for today. Oh hey, look, I unlocked the Windswept Islands. Okie dokie. I went ahead and I idled over here after completing the Stained Mountains. So I did the Ruinous Shores on camera. I did the Stained Mountains off camera. I like this place for Surge Alloy, actually. There's enough titanium here. There's enough lead. There's definitely enough copper and enough coal for me to produce silicon, and then, you know, obviously copper, lead, and titanium. And I might treat this entire place like a big ass Surge Alloy manufacturing facility. That might be nice at some point to come back and deck this place out. But it is off camera. It wasn't that interesting. This did unlock the vault in the tech tree. Completing the Stained Mountains did unlock the vault, which is basically a better version of the container. It's a 3x3, and I think it holds 1,000 of a resource instead of only 300. But we're going to go ahead and launch from my thorium mining facility. We'll go ahead and launch to the Windswept Islands. Go ahead and launch with as much as we can. I'll go ahead and conquer this. From what I remember, the Windswept Islands are mostly naval. Yeah. So I think this is the first zone that at least I remember that has naval enemy units. It also has naval units just in general. You could legitimately build naval units and have them help you defend if you wanted. I haven't built any units yet because I haven't come across a mission that required me to destroy an enemy base. I don't think I'm going to bother with units right now, but I could if I wanted to, is what I'm saying. Go ahead and... We got some derelict structures up here. From what I remember, the enemy is mostly air. It's literally all air coming from this direction, basically. Coming from top right down towards the center of your core. It's all mostly air stuff coming out of here, along with some naval units that'll spawn, and they'll basically tuck along the side of this island, from what I remember. So with that in mind, this was not a difficult map by any means, by the way. I don't know if we'd even build here, honestly, if I'm being totally frank with you. A lot of water, so you could do spore pod cultivation into oil. There's enough coal here that you could do the graphite press, because the graphite press requires water, right? The multi-press. So this basically compresses coal into graphite, but it requires water as a coolant. This place might be a decent graphite facility because of all the water. I don't know. I'm in my head, I'm kind of thinking long term, because eventually the end goal is to capture the extraction post to unlock launch pads, and then eventually the extraction or the salt flats to create basically a distribution hub, basically. So I'm keeping that in mind. So every sector that I'm capturing, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do with this later? You know? Somehow something got through. Don't know how that fucking happened. Bit of a dick move, though. Please don't be on fire anymore. Oh, you guys suck. Oh, you guys suck. Please. Put it out, please. God, it's so annoying whenever they get to my fucking steam generators, and the flares will drop shit on my coal, and coal is flammable, so then the coal then ignites. It's so annoying. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Is we probably had a flare that didn't get killed somehow. Oh well. Yeah, dude, air units are like the most unpredictable, unreliable, and annoying enemies that you can face in this game. And I super don't like them. With ground units, you're able to route them using walls, you know. They're at least predictable. You know what I mean? But like with air units, they go, no, fuck you, and they'll just give you the middle finger as they fly by over all your buildings. Also, it appears that different air units have different priority targets. Whereas these flares, these guys go for power structures basically. Whereas whatever those other guys are, whatever the heavier bomber units, I guess, that fly over. Yeah, so these guys are flares. It appears as though there's a different type of air unit that will come over and they'll target my like mend projectors or like production facilities. They might be going for my graphite presses. And it's super strange. So yeah, air units are not pleasant. I'm not. They're my least favorite. These guys. Those are flares. These guys, whatever these guys are. It looks as if they're going for my production facilities first. Yeah, they totally are. Look at that. They are 100% going for my graphite presses and my mines and stuff. So it's like air units are not only unreliable and like unpredictable, they also like have weird targets. They have weird ass priorities. So whatever. How bad is this Guardian gonna be? Let's see. Somehow killed me? Wow, not very hard. Somehow an enemy got through, and my... Thank God I set these guys up, right? These guys got them. Cool. Well, that's the Windswept Isles. So that allegedly unlocked plastanium. Yeah, look at that. So this allows you to make plastanium from oil and titanium, which is a big step up as far as tech is concerned. Next episode I think I'm gonna start handling. I'm gonna start really. I need to find a place that has a lot of oil and titanium. That actually sounds familiar. You know what it might be? This place, I think, has a lot of oil. I thought this place had a bunch of oil lying around. Am I wrong about that? I remember finding a sector that had like a lot of pools of oil that I wasn't really able to take advantage of. Am I wrong about that? Maybe it's not this one. Is it my titanium mining #1? Yeah, I think this might be it. So I think this place had a lot of different... Yeah, look at all this oil. So maybe I'm gonna set up a shitload of plastanium here. That might be what I do. Yeah, man, it feels like I set this up years ago, but it was like 2 days ago. All right, cool. Well, that's I feel accomplished. I got Windswept Isles done. I'm gonna focus on. I think I'm gonna gut this all and make plastanium. Next time I log on, that'll be nice.